Okay, I mean, like what I've used so far, I used some of the reverb parts of it where it does like the repeat. I've used the drum rolls. I haven't used the slicing of it yet. Sorry.
Repeat.
Yeah, I haven't like used the slicing part of it. The repeat. I haven't. And I haven't used.
Haven't.
What's the other one? What's the other one? Welcome to the Dance Party 247 podcast. I'm the DJ Wongy. You've got the DJ T and the DJ Envy. And today we're talking about upgrading your systems, maybe with a controller or separate. So over to you, Envy.
So how many separates? Yeah, so as Mr. Wongy said, we're going to be talking about the Pioneer Nexus system and the SC5000 Denon. The reason we're talking about this is because I'm going to be upgrading my equipment soon. And one thing that we all noticed was what you get for your money with Pioneer and what you get for your money with Denon. And in a short brief, before we go into depth, is you get nothing for your money with Pioneer and everything for your money with Denon. So saying that, we'll now explain exactly what we mean. So you've got the SC5000, which was Denon's flagship separate mixing deck, and for me, wow, it's the equivalent of a Nexus 2, which me and T was discussing yesterday, I believe, till early hours. Now, I don't know if anyone watching this actually knows anything about the Prime series. It hasn't been around that long. Mr. Wongy's got the unbreakable bit of Prime 4 kit, which is, notoriously robust, and apparently there was a bit of a survey and demonstration about how robust it is. So moving on from taking the little bit of mick out of DJ Wongy, I'm just going to highlight some of the features on the SC5000. So we have a 7-inch HD touchscreen, which is fantastic. The resolution on it is brilliant. Wongy can vouch for that because he has the Prime 4, don't you, Mr. Wongy? As they previously heard, And what is the screen like?
I think it's fantastic. I really like the Denon. It's fantastic. The screen's like crystal clear. It's very responsive. I mean, mine's a touch screen. It's on the button. Like it's very responsive.
So it's on the screen, Wongy, not on the button.
No, but as the term says. Come on.
So if you would,
it's on the screen. It's touch responsive. It's highly responsive. It's not just like you get some phones. Sometimes you touch it and it's got a slight lag. I really enjoy using it. There's no lag on it. You literally just touch it and it's there. You as soon as you swipe it does what it's. Well, you've played on it, Envy.
Yeah, I have, and I think for me, Pioneer is the one to have in it in regards to its industry standard. Now, I watched Digital Detail. Tits.
That's all fun.
Yeah, I've used the Prime 4, but Pioneer is industry standard, isn't it?
Yes.
So I've been looking at purchasing a set of 850s, the Pioneer CDJ 850s, or the Pioneer CDJ 900s, not the Nexus, just the 900s. And I was scouring through the internet last night. We was on the phone to DJ T at 3 o'clock in the morning, like we do, and I come across a company called Why Buy New. Now, we're not endorsed by them or anything like that. It's just we come across them. and they were selling the Denon's SC5000s for 750 quid each. Now, I thought that was a bargain. That's brand new. Yeah, brand new. I thought that was a bargain. And when I started looking into what the Denons actually do, I mean, they're superb. I'm just going to read off the screen here, guys, because I didn't make no notes. So, powered by the industry-leading, ever-evolving Engine OS. Now, DJ Rongy's used that. That's the Prime Engine software for your PC or your laptop, whatever the case is. It's a 7-inch HD touchscreen with, you know what? I've got to put the glasses on. Intuitive. There we go. They're all steamed up.
So are you, by the looks of it.
All that Prime, mate, isn't it? With blah blah, intuitive and familiar workflows, dual layer playback with individual analog digital outputs to mix 2 tracks from a single player. So for people who don't know what that means, basically you can put an Ethernet in the back of one, into the back of the other, and you can link them together. So you can use one hard drive and deliver 2 tracks, one to each deck, without having to plug it into
one off there,
decks. Obviously, it has sync, which is great. And I believe with the 5000, so you can link them to Beatport. Is that right, T?
Yeah, you got BeatLink. Yeah, so you can use the
Beatport, which is
online virtual service, download them, depending which service you have. You can then have some offline permanently you keep. I think up to 80 on the maximum level. For about £15.
It's a lot of money, though, isn't it?
£15 a month for the minimum level, I think it is, which basically means that you don't get to keep them, but you get to stream the whole database pretty much. Yeah.
And that's great if you're DJing from home or you've got a residency somewhere and you've pre-planned this and it's all set up. If you're going from bar to bar to club, that sort of thing's not really going to help you, is it? Okay. So it has 8 multi-functions performance pads with hot cues, loops, slice, and rolls. Now, I know for a fact that they are very high quality. Again, because I've used DJ Rongy's Prime. What did you think of the pads, the hot cues, and the effect? Basically, what did you think of them?
I think they're great. I really do. I really think they're great. On the actual pads itself, I've only used partial because I'm experimenting with a lot of the other stuff as well. So yeah, but I've used about 50% of the pads effects, and I like it. I really do like it. You can you can get a bit carried away with it at times. You know, you get a bit into it, but yeah, it's good. It's very responsive.
Okay. One of the other features I like about the Denon Prime is the Denon Prime is the basic features, things like you can change the colour on the jog wheels, all them sort of the little funky things that you don't get on the Prime.
Envy with his gimmicks.
I like it. No, but Wongy, you're terrible for it because I've seen you play with the customized settings on there. I mean, what did you find? Did you find it easy to use? Was it fun, basically? Because it is a gimmick, isn't it?
Well, I mean, to be fair, like on the Prime, if you're when you go for the colours, you select to go into the menu, then you go into preference, then you have to scroll right down to the very bottom before you get to your gimmick colours. But yeah, you can change it every time. You can have you can drive your jog plates the same colours. You can have 2 different colours. I've got about 7 or 8 different colours I can choose from. And generally, I switch up the colours every other set. Just to make it look a bit different. So the practicality of it is, it's fun to use because you can change. Especially if you got more lower lighting, it has more effect. And you get to see more colours on your console. So yeah, it is fun, but it is a gimmick. But it does work.
how would you compare that to the equivalent Pioneer system, which is the Nexus 2? How would you sort of say, gimmicky wise, for the Nexus against the 5000?
Well, the Nexus hasn't really got gimmicks as such, is it? Like the Denon. So yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you, I described to Envy the difference between Pioneer and Pioneer's Nexus ecosystem and the Denon SC5000, 6000, the Primes, etc. Obviously, you're a newbie, new DJ, up and coming, global, whatever you may be. Then, if you're young, then you want those kind of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, those flash cars that says, I am here, look at me. It's where if you're going to be more reserved, still have power under your bonnet, but a bit of luxury, then you're like a Bentley or a Rolls, you know what I mean? That's your Pioneer. Yeah. If you're more conservative, yeah, just let the music do the talking rather than like, eyes on me while I'm DJing, please. You know what I mean?
What you're saying is, if you want to be a flashy, get the Denon. If you want to be a boring old bit where you're Pioneer.
Yeah, you probably don't need so much of a light show if you're DJing with the Denon, that's for sure.
All right, okay, so we've covered that. There's one key thing I absolutely love about the Denon, and that is the USB ports. Now, I was a little bit shocked when me and T were speaking about this yesterday. I didn't know this, but there's 3 USB ports on the 5000.
One at the front,
you've got one at the front, which is yeah, so you got USB 2 at the front, and then you got 2 USB 3s at the back. And do you know what? I thought that was great, because if you're in a bar and your USB is on the top, like it is on all the Pioneer systems, and pretty much every other bit of separate kit out there, you put your dongle in the top, and that's it, isn't it? With the 5000 and the 6000, I believe, you can actually plug in a whole hard drive.
Yeah. Plus, you have less chance of anything going wrong. You've got 2 DJs changing over. One puts one in, and then you can take the other one out at the end of the song, rather than if something happens when you're taking it out and it's not loaded fully or properly, something happens, that dongle's out, isn't it? Gone. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, the Denon is definitely better than the Pioneer for functionality. Functionality.
What spec does it say? Can you read up to a terabyte?
From what I understand, I was looking at the digital DJ tips. Now, they didn't say exactly what it accepts, but from what I understand, he had a 750 gig in there. Now, if it can read that, surely it can read a terabyte, because we know the Prime systems can take up to a terabyte initial storage. That's on top of your thumb drives and things like that. Yeah. So we know that, and I think that's great, because if you're moving around, and it just makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it, to transfer over from DJ to DJ. Yeah. I mean, I can't fault them from what I've read and watched. I'm actually rather excited about going down.
You haven't mentioned yet. That's not the actual price you're going to pay. What price are you going to pay?
I am not saying what price I'm going to pay. They don't give too much away. They have 2 left. That's it. They only have 2 left. So this podcast will not be released until after I bought my pieces of kit and end of. No, I mean, the other good thing about Denon, it's now compatible with Record Box. All your hot cues and stuff, will work on a Pioneer system, which I think is great as well. The other good thing I like about it is the reliability and the toughness. And that is on a serious note. I'm not going to take the mick out of Wongy again for breaking his Prime, or it's not broken, it's just not usable. It's supposed to be a very strong piece of kit. One of the guys at Digital DJ Tips actually owns one of the M, which is the motorized 5000, which has a little 7-inch vinyl on top. And
for some reason, I don't like the M's on the 5. I know it looks nicer on the 6000, but it just doesn't.
I didn't like it.
You know, it looks
I
like
didn't think
it looks like an old tin lid, yeah, for your pan. You know, like your little boiling egg pan, and you got your old tiny lid that your grandmother used to have, and you stick it on top. Like that. That's what it looks like to me. And a piece of chalk.
I see the 6000 M when I went and picked up the Pine, and but I didn't like that either.
I don't like them. Period. But it looks a lot nicer.
Anyway,
I thought we looked a bit over the top. It's a bit too much, you know. I guess you want that feel of vinyl, but you're not going to get that vinyl feel.
You're on a CDJ or equivalent, or CDM or DJM, whatever the manufacturer calls it. You're on playing multimedia. You're not on vinyl. Yes, you have a jog wheel to manipulate, but it isn't vinyl. If you're going to go on vinyl, go on vinyl. Yeah. I can't see why unless they sell an absolute heap of them, you know, and it's worthwhile. Obviously, they do make them, but Technics had a go at it as well, and theirs look like hubcaps, didn't they? The inner bit that you put the wheel on. You know what I mean?
I used to set them Technics CDJs that they brought out. My God, the jog wheel was heavy. You couldn't manipulate it properly. It was just awful, absolutely awful. At the end of the day, Pioneer are the leaders, aren't they, with CDJ technology? But when you actually look deeper into it, Denon released their flagship, then Pioneer catch up a few years later, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happened over the last few years.
I don't understand why Denon did a very quick turnaround between the 5000 and the 6000 series. Very quick. And it was, and a lot, and those who are better familiar with them than us say that it's equivalent to just like a small step forward. It's not an incremental step that would justify bringing out a new model. So, and
it's a lot of money. I think they're still going for about $1.5 grand a piece. The 6000s. There's still a lot of money.
Granted, if you're visually impaired, it's even better because you've got a 10-inch screen.
All right, so let's move on a little bit. We've covered the OS system briefly. We covered the pads, sort of. We covered that. Let's have a little look through here. Right. Right. I'm just trying to find what we've got here. Okay, so you got, it says here, stream or play music from the cloud. Now we went into that a little bit, didn't we? With the link.
I think it's Tidal that on the 5000s, and it's big port link on the 6000.
I've literally got the information in front of me.
There's Tidal in it.
I don't know. I ain't read that far down.
It's Tidal. They changed the big port link for the 6000. I'm sure it is. I have read.
No, it is Tidal. Yeah. So, but there's different options. So what they're offering is a vast array of streaming service options, including Beatport Link, Beat Source Link, SoundCloud Go Plus, Tidal. So basically, whatever you've got, you can do it, and you can even connect the 5000 to your Dropbox as well, which I think is great. And not that I have Dropbox, but you know,
other services are available.
Yeah. I think it gives you much more usability than the Pioneer, 100%. Obviously, we've still got to cover that properly. And I think it just looks amazing. The look, it is a very good looking bit of kit. You look at the Pioneer, it's very sleek, it's very sexy and everything, but you don't look at it and go, oh, I'd love to have that bit of kit. Well, you look at it then and it's very appealing to the eyeball, isn't it?
I said to Envy last night that if you're in a bar and you go, I mean, this is me personally, if you're in a bar or in a club and somebody's got Pioneer and you go, yeah, okay, what Pioneer you got? Okay, yeah, and bit nosy and off you go. They've got the 3000s. I would be a little more interested because I haven't seen the 3000s in the flesh.
Yeah.
So but they're not that good looking.
Somebody's got a Denon 5 or 6000. Right, I'm watching you tonight. I'm standing here next to the booth and I'm going to watch you because they're just more eye candy and they're more eye catching.
The thing is, all that worries me is, you know, if you take out your kit, and like this goes for you, Wong, as well. You take out your kit, you're putting a lot of trust, not in the DJs.
If you've got your PPL, your kit's insured anyway because you put your kit on it. So there's no excuse not to take them out. Yeah, it's just it's my precious. It's my precious. Well, this way, if anyone comes down to yours, you have a garden party at yours, you ain't going on those primes. You know, it's 5,000s. You ain't touching them. What we DJing on today? Yeah, I'll find some here. Wongy Prime. There you go. 4. Off you go. Nobody gets to touch. To the extent that I know you've put you even thought about putting your techniques out of the way back to parties.
They're collectibles, though, aren't they? We've briefly covered the Denon 500 very badly. I will state it. It's been 5,000. Sorry. See what I mean? It's been covered very badly. Well, the prime, because these are all prime systems, I believe, actually pulled an SD card as well. So let me just double check.
Yeah, they're their own sound cards. You can, instead of going through an external sound card, you can back into them and then back out.
Yes, you can plug in an SD card.
I want to see something
Next to the.
Let's stay as well.
I tell you what, guys, the Denon 5000 is massive up against. You know, what's up against the Nexus 2? The Prime is massive.
It's a lot wider. It's a lot wider.
It is huge. It definitely looks better, but the Pioneer is more sleek, isn't it?
Again, you just go whether you're going class or whether you're going boy racer, innit? You know what I mean? Flashy or modern, new. You know, the new.
I disagree with that. Block. I disagree with that a little bit because I think, yes, Pioneer does everything you want it to do, but Pioneer, if you can afford to go and buy a Nexus system, like Nexus 2 or 3000, which is not a Nexus 3000, but if you've got that kind of money, you're going to go to Pioneer anyway, aren't you? Because it's industry standard. What I would like to see is Denon take over, because you can do so much more with just one deck from Denon than you can with a whole Nexus system.
Well,
the whole Nexus system is when you can do pretty much 90% of that on one deck.
Well, at the top level, there's not a whole lot of massive difference in price. But on the second-hand market, there's vastly different. Nexus ecosystem holds its price a hell of a lot more than the Prime.
Yeah, but we know why it does that, because but then the Nexus system will hold its price because it's industry standard, and it's got a nice Pioneer logo on it. If you've got that Pioneer logo, you take the Pioneer logo, put it on Denon, and sold that as Pioneer, it would change over, wouldn't it? The way it holds its value, 100%. I mean,
show me like the functionality of the Denon in comparison to the Prime, like you say, like for all your bits and pieces on it. Yeah, you've got 85%.
It's got a touchscreen as well, the Denon.
Yeah, the 5000's got a touchscreen.
So
very interactive.
Everything you can do on the physical buttons is also replicated and or more on the
screen.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that, because if the screen, sometimes touch screens stop working, don't they? At least you can still use your knobs and twisty bits.
Depends if your name's one.
And your tam. Well, listen, let's be honest, right? if Wongy had any more twisty knobs, he'd break them as well. We know for a fact that the Prime is indestructible. You could drop the Prime off your entire
station. Let's not go down that road.
You're right.
How come you've never been in hospital when you've shaked yourself once too many times and twisted and broke it?
And what else I do like, the vinyl mode on the Prime 5000, because it is a Prime, is part of the Prime series. It's got different modes as well. So it's not just got one mode. I think there's 2 or 3 different modes you can use. Like touch sensitive, how hard you push down, how light you push it, all them sort of things, which is, I don't know if you've got that on the controller one.
It just says Nexus large touch screen, gives you control of your favorite features, displays, wave zoom, needle countdown, phase meter. It won't have that flexibility that back in the deep menu. They don't do.
I think there is a sensitivity on the vinyl plates for the Prime, though I haven't gone into it. I haven't gone into that far yet. I'm still scratching the surface on it at the moment.
That's not very good for the touchscreen, is it, Wongy?
For what?
Scratching the surface.
Yeah, all right. Funny enough, I still got this protective bit of plastic over the screen.
Even that.
I think on a whole, the Denon kicks ass over the Pioneer for functionality, and pretty much it's a mobile PC, isn't it? It's like it's a powerful PC.
It'll do. I mean, it's everything that the Nexus will do, the Denon will do more, and it's going to cost you about half the price. I suppose. I mean, the biggest thing I would guess would be the record box against the OS engine, isn't it?
I bet it makes no odds because you can use record box on Denon now.
I know you can use record box for Denon, However, the overall system is for those who use both record box and the OS system. Record box is more mature than the OS system at the moment. Thank you for watching the Dance Party 247 podcast. I've been the DJT with DJ Wongi and DJ Envy. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Any comments, please leave below, and we'll see you next time. Ta-da.
Welcome to Dance Party 247 podcast. I'm the DJ Envy. What? DJ Envy. Welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, DJ Envy. Blooper. So the SC5000 has 8 multifunction performance pads with hot cues.
I try not to look. Seriously, looking gum. Oh dear.